What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Sports Reel. Today we're looking at why LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. Debating who the best player in the history of the NBA is, for the most part, a fool's errand. There is no single be-all, end-all metric that can be used to separate one player from another. In arguments such as these, most people are going to remain staunchly in their respective camps, regardless of whatever evidence you bring forth. All of that said, we're here today to tell you why LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time. Most will still tell you that Michael Jordan is actually the GOAT, and with good reason. Since Jordan retired, pundits and fans have actively trying to identify the next MJ. This is silly, of course, because there will never be another Michael Jordan, just like there will never be another LeBron James. His son is actually named LeBron James Jr., so that point may not prove entirely true, but you get the idea. Jordan has a legitimate claim to be the greatest of all time tag, but we're here to tell you why LeBron James will have passed his airness by the time it's all said and done.
It's been wonderful to watch this evolution of LeBron James take that leadership step.
LeBron's all-around dominance. If you looked at both LeBron James and Michael Jordan without knowing anything about them, you would probably expect LeBron to be the better basketball player. While Jordan stood 6'6" with elite athleticism in his prime, James is a point guard in a power forward's body. You won't find any players in the league capable of doing what LeBron does on a nightly basis, let alone among players that stand about 6'9" and 250 pounds. James is essentially a combination of Jordan and Magic Johnson and Karl Malone's body. Of course, James' physical attributes don't set him apart from Jordan on their own. There have been countless players more physical and posing than Jordan that do not come close to achieving what MJ did in the league. Put it this way, is LeBron capable of doing everything Jordan could do on a basketball court? One would imagine he could. On the flip side, would Jordan have been able to do everything LeBron does? That's a tougher question to answer, though you probably lean no, thanks in large part to Jordan's relative physical limitations. While Jordan was unquestionably a superior pure scorer, James has the advantage in the passing and rebounding departments. Triple-doubles are generally an overrated statistic, but they can be used in a way to analyze the overall impact a player is capable of making. Jordan finished his career with 28 triple-doubles in 567 games. James, meanwhile, has 61 triple-doubles in his 952 career games. Jordan picked up a triple-double in about 5% of his career games, while James has done so in about 6.5% of his NBA appearances.
A lot of struggle, a lot of hard work, determination, and I was born with God-given talent, but I had to keep working at it.
Longevity factor. Michael Jordan played for a long time, but LeBron has already surpassed his airness in terms of career games played. MJ played in 1,072 career games from 1984 until his retirement with the Wizards after the 2002-2003 season. James, meanwhile, entered the league that year after Jordan hung them up for the final time, and he's still chugging along at peak effectiveness. As of this writing, James has appeared in 1,095 NBA contests. Of course, Jordan retired twice before retiring, for the final time in 2003. He took a year and a half off between 1993 and 1995 in order to try his hand at professional baseball. He also retired after winning a third straight title in 1998 at the age of 34. He came back to play 2 years in Washington afterward before ultimately calling it quits at 39. James will turn 36 in late December of 2020, but he's showing no signs of whatsoever of slowing down. Despite the fact that he's getting up there in years and has to deal with lengthy playoff runs on a yearly basis, LeBron is still the best player on the planet by a good margin. Jordan was great in his mid-30s, but even he wasn't putting up the electrifying all-around numbers that James still is. Can LeBron keep this up until he's 40? Doubtful. Father Time waits for nobody. Still, he's an athletic freak that has shown zero signs of wear and tear to this point despite a grueling schedule year in and year out. His athleticism will wane at some point, but we've still yet to see any signs that is coming anytime soon. Jordan was an all-star with the Wizards over his last 2 seasons, but he was pretty clearly not the same player. It isn't easy to take 3 years off and come back to play at a high level in your late 30s. Jordan shot just 41% from the field in his first season with the Wizards, which was the worst mark of his career over a full season. While Jordan was a serviceable three-point shooter, it was never a big part of his game. The reliance on the three-point shot has increased dramatically since Jordan's playing days, but LeBron has been a more steady, long-range bomber. Shooting hasn't always been James's primary strength, but he's still dangerous enough from deep to where he can keep his defenses honest. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Sports Reel. Make sure you guys hit that like button, comment down below who's the GOAT, MJ or LeBron, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.